the last video, I presented you with some ideas on how you can manage workplace conflict well. Conflicts in the workplace cannot be managed using the same strategy all the time. Each one requires its own strategy. So stay tuned, because here I'm going to share with you another 25 tips that you can then pick and choose the best one to suit the workplace conflict that you're managing. Hi, I'm Andrea Doyle. I'm a workplace mediator, conflict manager, author and presenter. So let's get going with these 25 tips following on from last week's 25. So number one for today, congratulate your employees on wanting to come together to address this conflict. Number two, ask plenty of why questions. It's the why questions that help to get to the bottom of the conflict. Number three, act sooner rather than later. Number four, if your employees are speaking generally, ask them to be specific. Number five, call in an expert. If you have reached the limit of your ability to be able to manage conflict well, then call in somebody who is a conflict manager. Number six, if you're managing a mediation and one of your employees wants to leave, ask them separately, if they leave the mediation now, how they would expect that this conflict would be resolved. Number seven, if necessary, explain that personal attacks are not helping to identify the cause of the issue nor to come up with a solution. Number eight, don't make any decisions on their behalf. This is their conflict. Encourage them to come up with their solutions. Number nine, remain neutral. 10, throughout the conversation, summarise what you have heard them say using their words as often as possible. Number 11, consider that one or both of these employees may need some training in conflict management. Number 12, at times, make sure you speak quietly. 13, make sure you have an understanding of the difference between assertive behaviour and aggressive behaviour. Number 14, encourage your employees to talk about what has happened and the impact that this has had on them. Number 15, find out how this conflict arose and then minimise the impact of that happening again. 16, encourage only one person to speak at a time. 17, use reality testing to make sure that any ideas that they come up with would in fact be able to be followed through. 18, keep this matter confidential. 19, make sure you have a good understanding of how great negotiation works. 20, when you're bringing employees together, make sure you set the ground rules and make sure they follow them. 21, if they look like they're going to cry, let them. You've got the tissues in the room, give them some time for that. Sometimes it could be a tactic, sometimes it's for real. 22, you might need to bring in a conflict manager to be able to provide some training to all staff around how to manage themselves and others when in conflict. 23, why not ask your colleagues or friends who work elsewhere how they have managed conflict in the past? 24, expect to support your employees until things are back to business as usual. And 25, reflect on what you did well and what you would do differently next time. It's always very important to be able to take that time to reflect and to pat yourself on the back for the things you've done and you've learnt this time, and also identify where the areas for improvement are. Thanks very much for watching. I'm Andrea Doyle, owner of Doyle Solutions. Bye for now.